Let's dance, 'cause tonight we're fire break out, going straight to the top. Let's dance, forever young. Here come the new kings, here come the new king. Let's dance, 'cause tonight we're fire break out, going straight to the top. Let's dance, forever young. Here come the new kings, here come the new calling all of the heroes. Whoa, oh, we're beautiful tonight. I got nothing but love for you. Whoa, 'cause you're beautiful tonight.
Was big, so I wasn't sure if we were necessarily going to see it. Gen.G were concerned they would, they ban it away. And Kled comes through. This is Perfect's answer. Interesting that of all the typical answers we've seen in the top lane, Kled, Jax, Vayne into the Olaf.
But this would also be an option, and Yunara Lulu on the table. And Gen.G could just lock it away here. A lot of great wild growth targets here on Gen.G. So I think that the Yunara Lulu angle looks like a good one.
If you think about the items that have been buffed as well for AD carries, you know, we saw Yuntal a little bit ago, but Runan's being buffed.
Yep.
So potentially you could see a look in towards the Runans on the Yunara. We'll see what build path he goes towards. But I think a big thing for me is that with the X3 changes, this is less relevant in this matchup because you are just going to be laning into the Karma. But
Cause you're beautiful tonight.
with having the Jin Karma into Yunara Lulu, and notably Ruler going cleanse, which makes complete sense when you're into a TF, that isn't the highest value in lane. Obviously, Sundered Sky talked about it a little bit in draft, how, you know, in the early skirmishes, you actually break even at 2 procs of the healing. I'm going to hold that thought because Cuz is looking for an angle here, but I think Chovy just walks us out.
Yeah, daggers both going to go wide. Really good side steps here from Chovy, who's actually just going in for the 1v2. Canyon's going to show up as Cuz.
Lee Sin, there's a lot of contest between the two.
Oh dear, that's an exhaust onto Perfect as Keen is just going to run him down. Skull comes back though. Bear Trap on the rope is going to miss. That means that at least Keen is not going to get punished for this. And yeah, Chovy's looking for the dive. There is both summoners on Perfect. He is playing very defensively and has Cuz in tow, but there is the Ghost. They're committing to this one. As Chovy wants to deal with the minion wave, does get a little bit distracted by CS. Can never blame him for that. It is Chovy after all.
BDD just got ult.
Yeah, and now BDD is going to make his way in. Keen doesn't quite have it, wants to take down the minion, gets the Ragnarok, and now Perfect is knocked off Skull! Doesn't have the undertow though, and there is the Kled staying alive, and first blood over to KT.
Keen's still quite a bit ahead in farm, and Canyon's looking to pick up the Dragon. That being said, Effort is trying to prevent this. If they can stop them from getting the Canna Dragon, this would feel pretty fantastic for KT.
I don't think it's going to happen though, as Yu does land a Deadly Flourish onto Duro. Effort is trying to get some damage down here as well, as Cuz finally making his way over. 56 health on the Drake. But Canyon will be able to flash his way out of the back of the pit and gets over towards his Krug camp to stay alive.
That was a delicate one. Perfect now moving down towards mid. They're looking for Chovy. Chovy does have Flash, but no Realm Warp.
Yeah, he is just going to charge on in, but there's no one here anymore.
Picked up here by Gen.G.
Oh, did you watch Grug? Was that an Australian show? Never mind, I'll hold that thought as Ruler is just getting the curtains called to him as the flash gets him out of the way and didn't quite have vision, I don't think, as the last bullet is used on the wave.
Ruler down everything. No sums, no ult. Perfect though, also.
He's down a dinosaur.
Yeah, not in a good spot here. BDD not in a position to move yet either.
Yeah, Canyon just going to make his way over. Takes a couple of turret shots. Is now Perfect. Is looking for Skull to make his way back in. I think he might have it in this skirmish. His health bar does get back up decently high. Q lands though, and down goes the Kled. No Skull in sight. See whether they do. Going to be moving in. They get the bad news that item is completed. Cuz though still feeling confident as we can see. Effort moving on down as BDD has got the gold card. And there's the ulti. Phenomenal wild growth is going to interrupt Cuz as the curtain has been called. And Duro of the Infernal Drakes if they're able to monopolize the Dragon taking as this game goes on. Great Deadly Flourish here onto Chovy, who gets taken down to 50% health. They're not really fighting over too much though as Cuz goes down very low, just fighting with Canyon. That Eclipse you were talking about, paying dividends right now.
Oh, Cuz might be in trouble if he finds him.
Yeah, I think Canyon just going to go on to effort for now. Finds a lot of damage with that resonating strike. Snare does come down, but now Keen is moving in. Gives him a safeguard target as now the gate comes down. B2D trying to get himself out of there, gets the flash out of the TF, and they will just back away.
And playing through those two lanes, really shutting KT out of this game.
Yeah. And now, Canyon going to go in, going to go out. Not going to get snared as the Destiny Gate did come on down here from B2D. Keen looking for a bit of an angle. Chug indeed, Mr. Olaf. Yesterday on the Yunara, and looked very good on that one as well. Actually picked up, I believe, the pentakill towards the end of that game.
Yeah, pentakill's pretty good.
Monster.
That's solid.
And Doctum is not necessarily one of our players that we associate with the Yunara. Definitely associate him with Lulu-based champions, but we are going to hold that thought for a moment as Jiu does take some damage. In the ultra late game, right?
Yeah.
If they're just very happy to take this comp as late as you like, then they will just play this carefully. There's a kickback. I mean, Effort's just really dead. Not a whole lot that he could do about that one. Canyon not even investing the flash, going for the safeguard kick instead. And so he will be able to do that again as soon as that Dragon Rage kick is back up again. Oh dear. Okay, we're not allowed to have any more kills though, guys. No more kills as Ruler's ignoring me completely. Cuz is very dead. Chovy shows up as well right underneath the turret, happy to tank it up. And that is 2 dead now. Gen.G, they can just skip over to the Baron Pit and take down the Purple Worm. Suffocate you.
Yeah.
And they're not going to take any risks doing it. Not the kind of team to just shut you out of a game. So Canyon looking for an angle here towards Cuz. And Ruler is just dashing into 3 people. There's a realm warp, but no one is going to come out of it. And now the charge gets into the backline. Perfect. Just all alone though, as Cuz just going to be pushed away. The Ragnarok here from Keen, and he's chasing after this Neferi. Cuz goes down first. And now KT are scattered. There's a flash forward from Chovy, looks for the Rune Prison, gets it onto B2D, and now just runs away. Ruler with the sidestep is beautiful from that deadly flourish. And KT have now been pushed all the way back to their inhibitor turret, as sharing the bullets here, and Chovy going to take a fair bit of damage. Duro going to Wild Growth to make sure that he doesn't take enough to kill him. And now Canyon dealing with this Destiny to come on through, as Ruler kind of by himself, as perfect cleanse there from Ruler. Looks to take down B2D. His effort has to flash away. B2D's still dead though. Canyon gets the flash E in order to take him down and boots him in the noggin. That is going to be 4 on the floor. Perfect. The witness to this tragedy for KT. And Gen.G are still... Well, Cuz is just going to bear witness to this one as well, and may now die, as there is the Tempest Cripple to slow him down. Flash out of the way for the Neferi, so Cuz will survive.
And he and Canyon just clean that up.
He's playing hyper aggressively as well here in this game. That cleanse was just absolutely perfect, as you mentioned before, but this is a Yunara in the front line.
KT gonna try and approach this. They might have to pop the Destiny just to get vision off the area. There we go.
They do spot out what Gen.G are trying to do. The Slurkle comes down to slow Cuz up. High value Slurkle there, and there is going to be the flash out. Ragnarok now, it's B2D. What are you going to be able to do about this Viking? The answer is die, as there's the Undertow to finish him off. Cuz trying to kite this one out, and they might be able to deal with the Olaf. Actually, never mind. They will not be able to deal with the Olaf, and they cannot deal with this Yunara. Finds the Karma, down goes Effort, and now Jiu just gets dashed on and destroyed. And I think Gen.G, they're finished with this game now. They'll finish it off.
This game hit critical mass. KT had a timeout. They weren't able to make the proactive plays because Gen.G shut them down every time. And then it got to this point where Gen.G just run them over. Cuz so low already after just a few autos.
Yeah, and now Perfect gonna get booted back, then evicted from Skull, taken down. Couple of kills, one on a turret, one on a Kled here for the Olaf. An absolute monster was Keen this game.